I remember when my son Lucas was little, some psychologist wrote in the report that he was very prompt dependent. Even back then, before I was behavior analyst, that comment, he's prompt dependent, made me angry. Today's video blog is all about prompt dependency and whether we should blame the child or the adult on that issue. Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, autism mom, board certified behavior analyst, and best-selling author. Each week I provide you with some of my ideas about turning autism around. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, join the over 10,000 subscribers who have. So today I want to talk about prompt dependency. And I started off this video by saying that a psychologist put that Lucas was prompt dependent in a report back when he was young. He was about 3 years old, I think, and she kind of said that he was prompt dependent. And it really made me angry because even back then, before I was a behavior analyst, I had learned that prompt dependency was not the child's fault. The child was simply responding to the prompts, and it was the adult's fault because the adult didn't understand how to fade that prompt to allow the child to be more independent. So, what it is, prompt dependency is when a child cannot respond without a prompt. So, if the child wants the phone and I hold it up and I right away, or maybe I wait a second and he's not responding, so then I give him a prompt and he says phone, and I give him the phone. That child, because I gave him the prompt, a partial echoic prompt of the child says phone, accepts that prompt, and I give him the phone, that child is going to become prompt dependent on me giving him a partial echoic prompt. I remember way back, I was in a classroom and we had this older teacher, and I pointed out that she was giving kids this partial echoic prompt. Every time she'd hold up something, she'd go, P-, and the child would then say pen, and she'd give him the pen. I said, you just gave that girl a partial echoic prompt. Stop saying P when you hold up the pen. So she goes, okay. And she holds it up and she gives him a little prompt of P. I'm like, what are you doing? It was so ingrained in her head that she just could not give a partial prompt. Now that's an echoic prompt. We can also give kids imitation prompts. We can give kids physical prompts. And whatever prompt we put in, we need to make a plan to take that prompt out to get the child more independent. Over the years, I learned about transfer trials, transfer procedures to basically fade from prompted to unprompted. And in 2005, I published an article in the Analysis of Verbal Behavior with my BCBA mentor, Dr. Rick Cabina, called Using Transfer Procedures to Teach Text to a Child with Autism. That article was a study that we did with my son Lucas, teaching him to name pictures of items that he didn't know. And we were able to use prompting procedures and transferring those prompts from a prompt such as a receptive prompt, touch the chalkboard, and then what is this called, chalkboard, so that eventually we could fade out the receptive touch prompt and get Lucas to just respond to what is it, and he would say chalkboard. So that article and that study was a very controlled way to show what I'm teaching you now. If you don't know what a transfer trial is and you are in need of learning more, this is going to be you're going to need a little bit longer of a tutorial, and you can sign up for one of my free online workshops at marybarbera.com/workshops. But in general, we want to make a plan to program for a child based on their individualized assessment. And we also want to make a plan to use transfer procedures to fade out our prompts so that the child is not prompt dependent. If you find yourself using a lot of prompts and you don't know how to fade them, that's when you really need to learn more. And it is a very important procedure for you to learn how to fade out your prompts through the use of transfer procedures. All in all, prompt dependency is not a child problem. The adults in the child's life need to learn more about how to fade their prompts. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and share this video with other parents and professionals who might benefit. And don't forget to sign up for a free online workshop today. And I'll see you right here next week.